Hi everyone, my name's Aisling. I'm the coach in the Catalyst Gym. I'm here on a Tuesday and a Thursday taking the induction classes and the fitness classes for anyone that hasn't met me yet. Today we are going to go through 5 exercises, more for beginners, for anyone who's struggling to maybe get into the gym or doesn't know where to start, because I know some of us are probably avoiding coming into the gym, probably for a few different reasons, and if that is just because you don't know where to start, you'll probably find today's video really beneficial. We probably are struggling with other reasons, maybe we're just like lacking a little bit of motivation, or maybe just struggling to build it into your routine. And if that is the case, my advice on that is, when it comes to motivation, usually people assume that, you wake up and you feel motivated, which isn't normally the case. We get motivated by things like seeing progress, so whether that's progress in the gym, that could look like seeing progress in your strength or maybe in your fitness. We can also see progress in our physique, so depending on what our goals are, we see progress on the scales and we automatically get that little bit of motivation. So we don't get motivated by doing nothing. So the next time you're trying to maybe talk yourself out of coming into the gym, just remind yourself that there's always going to be a reason to delay your start date. There's never going to be a right time or a right day to start in the gym. The sooner you can get yourself into the gym, the sooner you can start making progress, and then the sooner you'll start feeling a little bit more motivated. So hopefully that's a little bit helpful. The other thing that people I know struggle with is maybe just building it into your routine. So if you haven't been to the gym maybe pre-COVID, or this is a completely new experience for you, then just be realistic with yourself. So 2 days a week is probably plenty. Give yourself maybe a 30 to 60 minute time slot, and then just tie that in with yourself, because normally it's when you're here and you're in the routine, it's much easier to come, but it's actually just getting yourself here. So again, just remind yourself that coming in 2 days a week, and even if it's just doing a 10-minute workout, it's still going to be better than doing nothing. Okay, let's get started with our 5 exercises. Okay, so the first exercise we're going to look at today is the squat. So not only is the squat going to strengthen all the muscles through your legs, we're going to support the joints around the knee, we're going to support the lower back, and we're going to really use those core muscles. So we'll start with a body weight squat, and we're just going to look at how we would set up through the feet first. So ideally we want the feet somewhere just between shoulder width or maybe slightly outside. We're going to reach your arms out in front of you, and we're going to think about rolling your shoulders down your back. We're going to sit down through the hips, and as we're sitting down, we're trying to drive those knees away, and we want to get the hips below the knee line, and we're going to aim to keep this chest up nice and high, and then we're going to stand up tall. So we'll do that again. So we're going to sit down through the hips, pushing the knees out, keeping a nice straight back, and then standing up and squeezing the thighs and the glutes at the top. So just for a beginner, I would start with 3 sets of 10 reps, maybe taking a little bit of rest in between each set. And if we want to make that harder, we'll bring a weight into it, which we can do with a dumbbell or with a kettlebell. So if we're going to use a kettlebell, we're going to bring it up into a goblet position. So we're going to hold the kettlebell slightly out in front of you. You're going to squeeze it into your chest, and then we're just going to sit down into that nice squat position, getting the same depth, and then standing up tall. And we can just go for the same amount of reps, so we'll be aiming to do 3 sets of 10. Okay, so second exercise we're going to do today is called a bent over row, which we're going to use 2 dumbbells for. This is going to be a really good exercise to help strengthen up through that upper back and really help with your posture. So I'm going to give you 2 demos here. I'm going to give one where we're standing, and then one if we have any lower back issues. We're going to use the bench to support that. So we're going to start with 2 dumbbells. We're going to position our feet so they're directly underneath your hips. We're going to have a soft bend in both of the knees, and then from here we're going to aim to push the hips back so our chest basically drops towards the floor, and we want that spine nice and neutral, so we're just going to look down towards the floor, just making sure your back is nice and straight. So arms are going to start in a locked out position. We're going to squeeze the elbows back, so we're bringing the head of the dumbbell up towards your armpits, and we're going to pinch your shoulder blades together at the top, and then we're going to go full lockout at the bottom. So we just want a nice controlled movement, and we're going to aim for 10 reps, and we'll do 3 sets of those. Okay, so we're gonna demo the same exercise just with a bench. So we're gonna have dumbbells on either side of the bench. We're gonna walk in towards the bench and drop our chest down so it's supported. We're gonna reach for your dumbbells and then just looking down towards the bench, we're gonna squeeze those elbows back, pinch your shoulder blades again, and then lengthen through the arms. So just aim to hold it at the top and then control on the way down. And we're gonna go for around 10 reps. Okay, next exercise we're gonna do is an Arnold Press. So this is gonna be working through the shoulders. Really good exercise to get a lot of rotation through the shoulders. So we're gonna start with the palms facing in towards the chest. And as we start to press the dumbbells up, we're gonna think about drawing a straight line with the elbows. Once we get close to that overhead position, we're gonna rotate the palms out and lock those elbows out. And then we're gonna turn them back in to pull those elbows back down into the chest. So we're pressing up, we're rotating the palms outwards, and then controlling those dumbbells on the way back down. We're gonna go for 3 sets of 10. Do your 10 reps, take a little bit of rest, and then go for the next set. Okay, our fourth exercise today is going to be a lunge. So the lunge is going to be a great exercise to strengthen up through both legs, because normally when we have a weaker side, we don't usually see that when we're doing the likes of a squat movement. So whenever you're doing anything single leg, you're going to be forced to strengthen that weaker side. So our lunge is going to start with hands on the hips, feet directly underneath you. You're going to aim to take a big step forward, planting through the heel and the toe, and then bending through this back knee. We're going to lower it right down to gently touch the floor. Chest is going to stay nice and upright, and then we're going to push back through that front leg, and then we'll alternate to the opposite leg. So because we're just working one leg, I would go for 20 reps, so we're going 10 on each side, and we can make that a little bit harder by bringing in a bit of weight. So same as we did for a squat, we're gonna bring the kettlebell just up into our chest. We're gonna lunge forward, again bringing that back knee to the floor, staying nice and upright, pushing back and swapping legs. Okay, our last exercise today is gonna be a plate ground overhead. So we're basically gonna be working our full body on this one. So we're gonna set our feet up, again about shoulder width apart. We're gonna slightly tip the plate. So as we're coming down with the plate, we're trying to sit down through the hips so the plate can touch the floor. And then we're gonna drive up through the legs, bringing the plate just underneath the chin. And then we're gonna press it up overhead, locking the elbows out, bringing it back underneath the chin, and then back down to touch the floor. So just making sure on this one that we keep that back nice and straight. So we want to keep that chest nice and upright. And then we're doing a strict press overhead. So let's go for 3 sets of 10 again, taking your rest in between each set. Okay, so those are your 5 exercises. So whether you are looking to get started in the gym or you're already in the gym, these are going to be 5 good exercises to get you going. I'm going to be here in the gym on a Tuesday and a Thursday, so if you need a help or hand with anything, just come on down.